you doing there, folks? Baters here for another Top 10. This week, we're going to be looking at some Extreme Makeover Mods. Mods that make your game look so good, I want to fucking lick it. Just so you guys know, we did have help this week, as Moggy from Trollin' Bros reviewed one of the mods on this week's list. Now, if you want to see more by him, then check out his channel, as he also does mod reviews on Fallout 4. The link will be in the description. Also, if you guys could go ahead and press down on that like button to promote this video, that would really make my butt cheeks moist. Now, if you play on Xbox, keep your eyes out for this penis grabber, as that's an indicator that that mod featured is available on your system. Now, buckle up and put one finger on your nipple and the other inside your belly button, and let's get to average baiting, baby. At number 10, we've got Pugmate by Skyrim for to win. Let's face it, German Shepherd, despite their cool physique, their brilliant minds, and their uncanny loyalty, are just really super subpar when it comes to Fallout 4 followers. What this game really needed when you were wandering the Commonwealth is a dog with a big dick and a tiny body. I mean, come on, just look at this big floppy penis. Now, I'm no doctor, but that thing frightens me. That thing doesn't look proportional at all. Literally, it's like half the size of its body. Also, you'd want a dog that has an adorable face and is very good at playing dead. The type of canine companion that at the first sign of danger will sit there and lick its balls. So you're probably asking yourself right now, what type of dog could possibly do all those things and then some? Well, a pug, obviously. That's what the mod's about. What Fallout 4 really needed was a pug rather than a German Shepherd. Or maybe even both at the same time. Boom! Blew your fucking mind, didn't I? Now, with this mod installed, you'll be able to have your very own pug companion. Pugs are really great dogs, not so much known for their protective skills or their survivalist skills, but boy are they cute as fuck. And they're a great conversation starter, especially if they can do something miraculous like speak English. Girls go crazy for dogs that can speak just like human beings. I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. Pugs, they're not really the best guard dogs. And I get that, that makes sense. They're not the best guard dogs on the planet, sure. But if you teach them how to shoot a gun, they can be the deadliest. Remember that. Now, Pugmeat can do basically anything that Dogmeat can do, except for look like a German Shepherd. That's one trick he can't master no matter how many treats you throw right at his face. This mod adds either a standalone or replacer version of Pugmeat. The standalone Pugmeat essentially follows around Dogmeat like he's his only friend. The replacer version does exactly what you think it would, and it makes Pugmeat follow you around like any other follower would, replacing Dogmeat as a follower. You can also give Pugmeat dog-related gear, and he will be able to equip them similar to how Dogmeat does. And he can also carry shit as well, just like any other follower. Go figure. Now, this dog mod does come in multiple sizes. There is a larger version, which is a bit bigger than Dogmeat, and there is also a mini version, which I think is a more accurate representation of pugs in terms of physical size. I used the mini version in my playthrough for two reasons. Firstly, I thought it was more immersive because pugs tend to be smaller dogs in real life, and secondly, because it's cute as fuck. Now, he may be little, but he does have a huge penis, which he uses to display dominance over other animals.
Who's your daddy, Dogmeat? Who's your fucking daddy, Dogmeat? Who is it? Who's your daddy?
I think it's safe to say this mod is amazing. I rate this mod one photo of Dr. Seuss's new book, How Nicole Kidman Stole Christmas. At number 9, we have Radban Eyewear Incorporated by Seds. Now, for those of you who don't know, sunglasses are a form of protective eyewear designed primarily to prevent bright sunlight and high-energy visible light from damaging or discomforting the eyes. They can also be used in combination with tight, loosely buttoned shirts and skinny jeans to make women want to touch your penis. The only thing cooler than these sunglasses are really sweet karate moves like these. Whatcha? Hiya! Hiya! Whatcha? Now, before this mod, there were sunglasses in Fallout 4, sure. But let's face it, they look like shit, and it's unlikely that anyone wearing them would have an easy time making friends. This mod ameliorates that and adds the type of sunglasses and eyeglasses to the game that look like most other types of sunglasses and eyeglasses. But they're 1,000 times more expensive, so they're definitely better. These glasses do look really nice, with high quality textures and meshes that make them look very realistic in this fictional environment. In fact, they look so real that it makes glasses in real life look fake, like fake glasses. Now these are the type of glasses that you'd be happy to wear not only in Fallout 4, but also in real life. They are loosely based off of real life brand name glasses called Ray-Bans, and they do a very good job encompassing the Ray-Ban style. I think it's safe to say that I'd wear these sunglasses in the dark and feel cool as fuck running into walls and shit. It'd be awesome. Now, if you want to acquire these glasses, which I'm sure you do, they can be found on vendors. More specifically, Fallon's Basement is one such vendor that is known for selling exotic items such as these. Furthermore, when you wear these sunglasses in first person, the sunglasses give off a lifelike screen tint for that realistic feel and sunlight protection. You just can't get any better than that. I rate this mod one bird who likes to flash all the other ducks. Look at me in all of my glory.
Put your dick away, buddy. You're scaring my kids.
At number 8, we have the Red Wave Reloaded by Alex Ramon. Have you ever wanted to just live on a boat? You know, just explore the world through the eyes of a drunken sailor who gave up on land-based dwellings back when his alcoholism was still in check? Well, boys and girls, do we have a treat for you then? This mod is actually a great alternative to most other player homes in the game. This mod gives you a mobile home that you can move around the map to different locations. This boat mod has the rustic style of a modern-day shanty home, but in boat form. Realistically, this is the type of place you'd find an incestuous serial killer fucking his half-sister in just before Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey shot him in the goddamn face. You know, the type of place that gives you an incurable disease just looking at it. All jokes aside, this mod is a great addition to the game that adds on to a previous mod and really makes it better and more appealing physically speaking. This may be a boat home, but it's the type of boat home that would make your second cousin Eddie go, wow, that's a really nice boat home. I mean, not nice enough to get in a magazine about the nicest boats in the world, but nice enough to have that magazine on the boat for reading material in the shitter. This mod requires Far Harbor DLC to work properly. Furthermore, this is a complete rebuild of the original Red Wave by Tanner Pearson, aka Thor's Hand 11. Now, if you are using the original, be sure to uninstall that one and make a clean save before installing this one, as they are not compatible with one another. Now, this boat has 24 fast travel locations. It also has fuel requirements for those immersion sticklers out there. The map markers move with the boat, so you'll always know where this baby is, even if you leave to go exploring. Also, there are 33 storage containers, 5 linked workbenches, and a first mate that you can hit if you get lost at sea. Worst case scenario, you can eat them if you run out of food. Now, the fuel in the supply tank will be burned during each trip. One trip requires 6 flamer fuel, 2 oil, 1 cooking oil, 1 gas canister, 1 lantern, 1 Mr. Handy fuel, 1 used oil can, and 1 semen. Now, that last part was a joke. I just really wanted to say semen. I rate this mod that moment you realize your earmuffs might not be as cool as you thought they were. At number 7, we've got Sanctuary Lives Again by Greek Rage. Are you tired of Sanctuary looking like a crack addict's amusement park? Come on, kids, let's go do some lines off of Sean's crib. Let's face it, Sanctuary is one rusty nail away from making dusty fucking shithole a fatal disease. Before this mod, this is the type of place where you'd go to get raped. Wow, Baters, pump the brakes on the rape joke, man. Really? I find that shit offensive. My best friend's a rapist. So if you're the type of person that doesn't want to spend hours working on Sanctuary building it up so it doesn't look like a trash factory every time you start a new game, then you're going to want this mod. This mod adds a lore-friendly makeover to Sanctuary in the sense that it replaces all the buildings, the roads, and pretty much the whole structure of the town, but leaves the missions intact. It is also fully nav mesh, so your settlers won't just run around bumping into walls like a bunch of dumb shits. This new town contains a bank, gun shop, church, cemetery, schoolhouse, jail, new homes, and much, much more. It appears like it fits into the world of Fallout and doesn't break from immersion. This town looks like it's been rebuilt and sticks with vanilla assets that can be found throughout the world, which makes it all the more believable. Now, this mod isn't perfect, and there are still some bugs to work out, like for instance this wacky fan right here that's held up by magic, which may confuse the locals, but other than a few minor items like this town is sexy as balls. This mod does require Far Harbor to work properly, but it really does make Sanctuary a place to go where you feel segregated from the harsh environment of the Commonwealth, making the name Sanctuary more indicative of what it represents, becoming the very definition of an autonym. I rate this mod one guy who I'm underqualified to give tips to at the gym, but I do anyways. Knees in, Charles. Knees in. You want to be a winner, don't ya?
And at number 6, we have the Super Mutant Redux mod by MadMax713. Have you ever looked at a Super Mutant and thought to yourself, wow, I could really do better? Why settle for Shrek when you can have the credible Hulk? This mod aims to fix that by completely redoing the Super Mutant faction in-game, making them look better, adding in custom items and NPCs, and even making them a whole lot stronger. The first thing you're gonna notice when installing this mod is that your super mutants no longer look like a big, twitching green pile of cancerous muscle. Oh, no, now they look like a high-resolution pile of twitching muscles with cancer. The mod maker essentially improved the quality of the super mutants by adding lesions, increasing the resolution, and even adding throbbing veins all over them, as well as retexturing their eyes to make them look even more badass. But he has not stopped there. He even added special unique face paints to your super mutants, even the religious kind. Note that any and all super mutants have been retextured, including certain NPCs and or companions, such as Strong, Virgil, and even Erickson. Now, as I have previously stated, this mod also makes super mutants a whole lot stronger, meaning that certain higher level super mutants can take several rocket shots to the face without taking subsequent damage, as well as the addition of 3 brand new mobs, the first of which being the Supreme Mutant, which is essentially a slightly more powerful, slightly more glowing version of a regular super mutant. A big, green, angry, twitching pile of dog-shaped muscles called the Glowing FEV Hound, which is essentially an even angrier and more powerful version of a super mutant hound, and even the reintroduction of the Nightkin from Fallout New Vegas and or Fallout 3. Now, if you're not familiar with these guys, they are essentially slightly more powerful, slightly more stealthy, invisible, grape-flavored super mutants. Now, these guys can be a real hassle to deal with, because for most of the fight they are going to be invisible. The only time when you can actually see them is when they are charging at you, swinging their giant axes and or genitals in your face. But if you do actually manage to kill them, it is all worthwhile, because they actually drop a brand new set of Nightkin themed armor, a broken, fucked up stealth boy, and even a brand new weapon called the Brush Axe. Now, they do look pretty badass, but I do have one minor complaint about them, and that would be the fucking rubber arrows in the quiver on their back. I mean, anything else in this mod is of a superb quality, except for these goddamn rubber arrows. If I truly wanted to attack my enemies with rubber weaponry, I'd just bring my large weaponized bag of dildos. But the mod maker did not stop just there. He even added brand new custom items into your game. For example, now when you are wandering the wastes, you are liable to come across a modified FEV canister, which is essentially an exploding, throwable bottle of cancer, killing anyone and anything it touches. And if that doesn't do it for you, you could even inject yourself with pure FEV, vastly increasing your strength, decreasing your intelligence, and irradiating you horribly. Now, you could just keep stabbing yourself with the FEV virus in hopes of becoming a super mutant, which you actually might do, but in most cases you will just kind of get cancer and die. Now hold on to those throbbing erections, because the mod maker isn't quite done just yet. He even remade the most powerful weapon of the super mutants, the Behemoth, turning them into even angrier, glowing versions of their previous selves. Because you know what? When I look at a giant, angry, twitching pile of muscle, you know what I think? That guy looks like a giant fucking pussy. Why isn't he bigger? Why isn't he more throbbing? Why isn't he glowing and even more overpowered? And I rate this mod, that moment at the end of Die Hard, when Bruce Willis kicks me out the window. You haven't seen the last of me, Brucey.
At number 5, we've got Alternative Human Eyes by Twisted Method. Have you ever hit one of your settlers because they didn't look good? Do you ever smack them around because their scuzzy eyeballs make you madder than a bee's nest filled with cum? I know I have. Sometimes I don't even try to justify it. You think I like hitting you? Do ya? Well, actually I do. Look, I made a list of my favorite things to do, and hitting you's number 3, right under anal sex. Coincidence? I think not. Now, if you've ever said something like that to one of your settlers before, then this mod's probably for you. Now you'll be able to stop trying to beat the ugly out of your settlers with this mod installed. This mod adds some beautiful eyeballs to the game that would make any 4 an 8 no problem. Eyeballs can say a lot about a person. For instance, a person who has no eyeballs, well, it says that that person likely can't see shit. The eyes in Fallout 4, I mean, they're okay, but the real question you have to ask yourself is, do they pop when you look at them? Because if I have to spend 18 to 2,000 hours staring at fictitious characters as I play through the story of a game that has partly taken over my life, then I want their fucking eyes to pop right out of their goddamn skulls. Sorry, I get a little carried away when I talk about eyes. This mod does just that and adds some eyes to the game that really stand out and make you take notice. These eyes may not be the most realistic in terms of the bright colors used, but they do look awesome on your character and on the NPCs in the game. The blues look bluer, the greens look greener, and the purples look crazier than a person with purple fucking eyes. Now when it comes to immersion, these eyes may not be the most immersive, I'll admit that, in the sense that they exaggerate the color and brightness of your player's eyes in the game. However, they do so in such a way that looks fantastic and realistic. Put it this way, if eyes could ever be this bright and beautiful in real life, they would look just like these eyes. This mod adds 21 high-quality human eyes with improved eyelashes to the game that both have shorter and longer variants. I would highly recommend this mod to anyone who's really into eyeballs, as these balls here are pretty sweet. I rate this mod one haircut that went terribly, terribly wrong. Seriously, I said it a little off the top. Now I look fucking ridiculous. I look like I live in a goddamn zoo! At number 4, we have All Weapons HD by Black Shadow. Bad textures are the worst. I'd like to think that Bethesda included them as like some sort of mistake or something, and that's acceptable, because we all make mistakes, right? That's why they put diapers on old people. Now, if we don't learn from our mistakes, then we're no better than Sean Spicer, right? I remember the first time that I farted too hard and I shit my pants by mistake. It really made last Thursday at work hard for me, with all my coworkers snickering and shit at me. See, I learned from that experience though, and now I can honestly say it's been a full week since I shit myself. To be honest though, I'd like to think of my weapons like most people think of their significant others. And it's important to me that the lady I'm dating doesn't look blurry and out of focus, especially when I get up close, because that would scare the shit out of me. Low resolution women are the worst. They always look great from a distance, but as soon as you get up close, they get all out of focus and just look like a blob of skin pressed up against glass. It's the weirdest goddamn thing I've ever seen. How a weapon looks is important, as this directly affects the realism and immersion in the game. If the gun looks real, but when you zoom in it gets all blurry and shit, then you know you're playing a video game. I mean, it would be kind of weird if you didn't know you were playing a video game and blurry textures were the only thing that kept you grounded in reality. I mean, that would be kind of fucked up. However, if the weapons look real and are made of high quality textures, then even fictional weapons can feel real, eliminating the distance between the real world and the gaming world, improving our immersion, which is basically an escapist wet dream. This mod takes the vanilla weapons in the game and gives them the high quality meshes and textures we're so used to seeing from the modding community, really making these weapons more believable and detailed in the world of Fallout. This mod is a high definition texture replacement for every vanilla weapon in the game. 907 textures have been upscaled from coach to first class, so it's safe to say they all look good enough to touch them with your penis. Before this mod, no modder really wanted to use those scuzzy looking vanilla weapons when they had a stockpile of high quality modded weapons in their inventory. But with this mod installed, now the vanilla weapons will stand a fighting chance for your affection and will no longer be neglected like a redheaded stepchild. I rate this mod one movie about Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling dancing hard as fuck. Oh, actually, wait, stop. I actually meant to rate this mod the movie Moonlight. My bad. At number 3, we have Synth Overhaul by Marotaki. Diversity is important. It's important to try new things, change things up, go with the flow. Which is why I no longer use physical violence against my enemies in Fallout 4. I found a way more effective technique. What I like to do is I like to mentally abuse them for years until eventually they hurt themselves. Hey now, words hurt, Baters. Is that so? Try telling that to someone who's been hit in the face with a fucking crowbar. I can't remember the last time I seen a detective standing over a murder scene saying, "It's just what I thought. The suspect used a bombardment of hurtful verbs until the victim eventually cried himself to death." Put out a nationwide APB on the Webster Dictionary. That son of a bitch is behind this! I knew it! This mod adds diversity to the game and makes each synth you come across look like they have their own unique identity. Before this mod, all the synths had the same looks, weapons, and design. This mod aims to give every synth a unique look by using multiple retextures for every synth armor piece, weapon, and uniform, coursers included, in the game. This mod adds new diffuse, normal, specular, glow, and cube maps in 2 and 4K variants. Whatever the fuck that means. It sounds pretty sophisticated, which makes it awesome. The difference between this mod and other synth retextures is that instead of only using one texture option, this mod makes use of every retexture that is made. So instead of only having one armor set, there are now 70 different armor sets in different colors with different chrome and glow effects added to the synths that you encounter. This in combination with different synths, some with skin and some without and so forth and so on, combine that with the use of light, medium, and heavy armor pieces, and it makes every synth look unique, adding an unparalleled variety to the synths in the game. This mod adds 70 different looking armor pieces, 28 different looking helmets, 24 different looking uniforms, 2 different looking synth weapons, and 1 coarser retexture. I would highly recommend this mod to anyone who wants their synths to seem more realistic and way more badass. I rate this mod the one look you make when someone catches you jerking off. Oh damn! Play it cool. Play it cool. You didn't see nothing. At number 2, we have Ultra Interior Lighting by Gargorius. Lighting is important. It can be the difference between a well-lit basement where kids go to play with dolls, and the basement in Silence of the Lambs where Buffalo Bill turned people into dolls. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard. I'd fuck me so hard. Lighting can do a lot in a video game. It can make real-world items seem realistic, or it can even take you on a journey of your imagination, making something completely fictitious seem lifelike by design. To put it simply, lighting can be one of the most important aspects of any video game's environment in regards to setting the environment itself and entangling the immersive world in our playthroughs of the game. Bethesda did a very good job setting the foundation for the lighting in the game, but when it comes to lighting, there is always room for improvement. This mod author was able to take that platform a step further and really make the interiors of the world of Fallout stand out in a way that almost completely changes the dynamic of the world. Lots of times when we look at lighting mods, it just feels like the mod author made the world darker, and that's supposed to be more realistic. Now, I understand that a world without lit buildings, streetlights, or cities would be dark as fuck, but to me, that doesn't massage my boner. And not being able to see shit in a video game is not at the top of my to-do list. This mod makes the lighting more realistic, but doesn't just make it darker. It places the light in more realistic ways, still giving a decent amount of illumination to the point where it doesn't break immersion, but also places the light in such a way that further entangles you into the interior environments as you explore them. This mod is an enhancement to the interior vanilla lighting system, bringing you an enormous increase in shadow cast lights. Overall ambience have also been improved with the adjustments of many ambient, non-shadow cast lights. All interior cells have been worked on across the Commonwealth and in Far Harbor, as well as in Nuka World. Much effort has gone into keeping the performance reasonable and includes many levels with triggered lights to keep the performance running smoothly. Non-DLC versions and separate automatron plugins are available as well. I rate this mod one basketball technique that is underutilized. Oh, nowhere to go. Better do a spin and figure his butthole. Oh, damn. That is effective. At the number 1 spot, we've got the Pitpad by Pimp Crew. I don't know about you guys, but I may be one of the only people playing Fallout 4 that's not totally in love with the Pip-Boy in the game, and oftentimes use mods to remove it from my character's arm during my playthroughs. Removing the Pip-Boy does cause issues though in terms of both immersion and practicality in the game, as even with the Pip-Boy removed, when I bring up my menu, boom, it's back on my wrist like I'm some sort of wizard or something. So in order for me to really get into my playthrough, every time I bring up my menu, I have to convince myself I'm like David Blaine, and this is like the mind freak of fucking Fallout 4. This mod sorts all that and adds a wrist-free Pitpad to the game. Now this mod removes the Pip-Boy from your wrist, but then offers up a viable lore-friendly alternative called the Pitpad. The Pitpad is an actual thing in the Fallout universe, and it stands for Personal Information Processor. This is a handheld Pip-Boy that is mobile and is no longer locked to your character's arm. This isn't just something the mod author made up, which is pretty cool. Also, the mod author did an excellent job on the animations, bringing the Pitpad to life in the game. This mod is perfect for those people who use iPads in real life. You know, the type of person that just whips those gigantic fuckers out of their man purse to take a picture or send an email like a fucking psychopath? Yeah, this is perfect for them. This really appeals to the modern day iPad enthusiasts. I once had a guy try to fight me because I laughed at his iPad. I didn't fight him because, he was an adult, and he would have likely kicked my ass. I mean, I'm not a tough guy, but I'm not a wussy either. I just want you all to know that there's not a toddler on the planet that I wouldn't fight. You just name the time and the place, See, the great thing about fighting toddlers is you almost always win. They have almost no defense mechanisms whatsoever. They just sit there smiling at you and shit. Fucking TKO. Sometimes you do lose though, and that's embarrassing, and you usually have to change towns, or at least that's been my experience. That was a joke. No toddlers were hurt during the making of this video. The Pip-Boy is honestly the most practical in regards to the world of Fallout, because it's hands-free and you don't have to have any storage to carry it on your person. So there really is no replacing it by design. However, if you don't like bulky, wrist-raping watch-style computers hanging off your wrist, then this is a great alternative. All of the textures look great and the Pitpad fits seamlessly into the game, keeping with immersion and still making you feel part of the Vault-Tec dynamic. I rate this mod 1 monkey who just remembered a deadline.
Ah, shitty titties, that's due today.
Thanks again for watching, guys and girls. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to smash that subscribe button with your floppy wiener and come back for more fun next time. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for the latest updates on our newest videos and when we'll be streaming. The link will be in the description. Now, if you want to press your eyeballs against more videos, then go ahead and hit one of those blue boxes at the top of the screen. Hope to see y'all again next time for another Top 10.